Hello, and welcome back to Digital Business Apps. Today we're going to be talking about how to write a cover letter, which can be really intimidating and really scary and sort of exciting because that means that you're getting closer and closer to achieving that career and getting the job that you actually want. So today we're just going to be creating a cover letter for a position that you would like to apply for, and we're going to keep it really simple. It can get more complicated as you get into college and you get preparing to apply for internships and the positions that you really want as an adult. But for today, we're going to learn the very basics and keep it simple. So before we get started, I would like you to think of a company that you would like to work for and a position that you would like to hold. It needs to be a company that you can research online. So take a second and think about it. What position would you like to work for, and what company would you like to have that position in? Did you pause the video? Did you think about it? You can pause the video or push play. Okay, so while we're doing this assignment, I want to reiterate that it's very important that you follow all of the instructions in this video exactly as I do them. You might want to pause the video several times so that you can go and do it exactly as I tell you to do it. An incorrect punctuation mark or capitalization error can mean that you do not get an interview. So use your best college writing and follow these instructions very specifically. I've included in the assignment a link to the resume example that we did last time and to the cover letter example that I created that matches my resume. So I think it's really important that you try to match the style of your resume to the style of your cover letter. So I've shown you an example of what that can look like, and I've also given you a sample cover letter template that you can use to start from if you want to use the template, but the template is not going to match your design, so you're going to have to do some formatting to fix it. So you might just want to look at the template as a guide as you go. So how you do it is totally up to you. But I started a resume. This is what my resume looked like last time. As you remember, we went through and we talked about skills and experience and education and awards and how to write the resume. So to create my cover letter, I actually went and I copied the top part of the top heading so that my heading on my cover letter matches the heading in my resume. And then I followed the specific instructions on how to format my letter and all the things that go inside of the letter. And my cover letter for my sample does not match what your cover letter what the sample template looks like, but the sample template is what yours should say. So let's go over the sample template exactly so that you can see what you're supposed to be doing. So you should have your first and last name, your street address. Make sure to capitalize all the north, west, south, east letters in the address, as well as like the place or the circle or whatever. All of the letters in the address the first letters need to be capitalized. Then always hit return. Make sure your name and your street address are on a separate line. And on the next line, you should have the city, the state, and the zip with a comma between the city and the state. The state should be in all caps, and the zip should be the number, and the city should be capitalized. So make sure that you're capitalizing everything correctly. Then you'll hit return. You'll put in a current date. And most people start with the month, the date, and then a comma, and then the year. Then you're going to hit enter 3 times. So I want you to pause this video and go copy your resume for like the title, the letter. Your resume had that at the top. Your template should have had that. So go copy that and put that in the front. If you're having a hard time copying and pasting it, I had to retype mine, but I was able to copy some of the words. So you might have to play with it for a second to get it to copy over. And you're starting a new document to do this. Then when you're done with getting your address formatted, you can pause it for now and then hit play again. Okay, so when you're ready, you make sure that you have 2 returns between the current date and you're going to hit return 3 times. So 1, 2, now you'll be on the 3rd line. So there will be 2 returns. And then on this line, you'll put the name of the person who you are contacting at the company. Now, you might not have a name of a person that you're contacting at a company, but if you were applying for a job, you would hopefully find one. If you can't find the name of the person, it's great to address these personally to the people who are going to be interviewing you. But if you can't address it personally, you can always put something like the Adobe team or the marketing department in Adobe. Be as specific as you can about which department at the company that it's going to. And if you have a name, use it. If you don't, use the department's name. And then put the name of the company, the address of the company, and the city and the state, and the zip code. And then you'll hit return 3 times. So you'll want to keeps the address of the company there. You can find the address of the company online. That's why I said to find a company that you can research online so that you can find an address. If you can't find an address for them, you can make one up for this assignment, but no, in the future, you should probably find the right one. So make sure your address, of course, notice Adobe Way has capital letters. Notice Lehigh is capitalized. There's a comma between the city and the state. Utah can be spelled out. If it's not spelled out, it needs to be in all caps, and the zip code. Okay. Then you're going to hit enter 3 more times. Go ahead and go do that part and then push play when you're ready. Okay, now you're ready to address the letter to the person. So you'd write, Dear Mr. Smith, if you're using the person's name. If you don't have a name of a person, you can write Dear Adobe Team or Dear Marketing Team at Adobe. You can write, don't write to whom it may concern. That is a big no-no. So don't write that. And then make sure you have a colon afterward for a punctuation mark, and then hit enter 2 times. And then you're ready to start introducing yourself. So you're going to say, my name is blah, 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 and I am currently, and then you would write, instead of a sophomore at Springville High School, you're going to say a senior at Salem Hills High School or whatever level you're at. If it's in yellow, you need to customize this. So this is how this template works, is that if it's in yellow, you need to fix it, and then you need to unhighlight the yellow. So we don't want the yellow marks on your final cover letter. Like I said, my cover letter doesn't have yellow highlighting on it. So make sure after you fix it, you take off the highlighting. And then you'll write, enclosed is my application and resume. I am interested in working as and then you would put in the position that you're interested in applying for in here. So hopefully that should have been yellow so that you can change it. And then you're going to hit enter twice. So do that paragraph first, pause it, go do that paragraph, then come back when you're ready. Okay, you should have a blank space between this paragraph and the next paragraph. And then you're going to say, during my high school career, I maintained a 3.5 GPA. You can get your GPA from Infinite Campus, I think, or the counselors can help you with that. Or if you know your GPA, put it in there. And then it says including, and this is your chance to show off your extracurriculars and the activities that you participate in. So if you're a part of clubs, if you're a part of sports, if you're a part of drama, debate, any of those things, include that here. Then you would say, I currently type so many words per minute. And you're going to want to put your words per minute in, you can find websites, just Google like speed type test, and you can go take a speed type test and find out how many words per minute you write. So pause this video while you go find a speed type test and take a quick test and find out how fast you are. Okay, then when you're ready, you'll say, and I've taken several business and computer courses. In addition, I volunteer at the local hospital in pediatrics. This is probably not going to be true for you. You're going to, let me back up a bit. You're going to say, I've taken several, and then you're going to say what kind of classes you've taken that will prepare you for the kind of job that you want. So you'll say the types of classes that you've taken, and then you'll say volunteer opportunities or jobs that you've held. You probably won't have many jobs that you hold that will lead up to the job you're doing, but anything that you've done that kind of relates to the same topic. So I volunteer at the local hotel in pediatrics. That just kind of helps them feel like you're also contributing to the community. So any community contribution is something you should put there. Okay, the next sentence you're going to say, I feel that my friendly nature and positive personality would benefit the company as I work to satisfy my customers. So you might not feel like you have a friendly nature and a positive personality. You might feel like you have some other unique positive characteristics. Put in your unique positive characteristics, things about you that make you a good employee or make you a good hard worker or a good team member. This might be feedback that you've heard from other teachers or feedback that you've heard from your friends. You can always ask your mom. Your mom will be able to tell you all the positive things about yourself. And if your mom can't, then find a teacher who can, because there are positive adults in your life who will be able to help you find those positive personality characteristics. And I'll be happy to be that person if you need me to. Okay. And then make sure that you change the name of the company, because you're not going to be writing to Adobe. You're going to write the company that you chose. And then for the last sentence, so pause it while you do those 3 things. So this part right here, these 4 sentences are probably the hardest part of this resume. So you do this part, take a break and pause, do those, and then come back. Okay, so when you're ready now, you should have you should be ready to write the last sentence, which is going to be, while researching the company online, I found that, and then it says here that it is one of the most profitable and quickest growing corporations in the United States. This might be true about your company that you're applying to. It might not be true. So I highly recommend that you look for a news article about the company that you're approaching, or some sort of something on their social media or on their website that says their statistics of how they're doing in the market. And you can write anything that you found about them in this last sentence. It doesn't have to be that you found out that they're profitable or that they're fast growing. It can be anything that you learned that made you more interested in working for them. So put in a fact that made you attracted to them and that makes you excited about applying for the position. And then hit return 2 times so that you're starting on a new paragraph. Okay, take a break, do that, pause, come back. Okay, when you're ready, you will write, the last paragraph will be, I would appreciate the opportunity to interview with you and your team. Thank you for your consideration. Hit return 2 times, and then write best regards, hit return 4 times, and write your name. Make sure you change your name, and then hit return twice, and the enclosures part just says what's going to be included in the envelope when you mail it to them. However, most of the time we email things to people. So this enclosures is a little bit outdated, and now we usually email someone our cover letter. But you can at the bottom of the email say what's attached to the email, like you might say attachments, and then you'd have your resume and your application that would be attached to this cover letter. So this is kind of like the sheet that they should read first before they look at the other stuff. Okay, so that's pretty much the basics of how you do your cover letter. Make sure that you finish it up properly. Make sure your spacing is perfect. Make sure your capitalization and punctuation is perfect. Please, please, please proofread this document. Do not turn in a document to me that looks like a 5th grader wrote it. I will be very disappointed and you will not get full points. I really want you to put your best effort into this. It's worth 50 points on your grade. So please take it seriously. Please do your best work. I'm so excited to see how you represent yourself well to companies that you're interested in. And I'm also interested in seeing what kind of companies and jobs you are hoping to get in the future. That's just so exciting to me. I can't wait to see you achieve your dreams. So do a good job on this. I'm sure you're going to rock it. I can't wait to see the awesome, awesome things you do. Go forth and conquer. Good luck.